All right, we're here. All right, we're gonna get started. No lollygagging tonight. Nobody's on the stream yet, but I'm gonna get started. Welcome to Change is Good. Tonight we're gonna be hunting a one box half dollars, $500 box, as you see right here. The way I do it, I hunt through 5 rolls looking for the proofs, NIFCs, and silver. Whatever I can see with a naked eye, then I scope the rolls. I'll turn the camera up to the screen so you can see more. All right, who's here? Got one viewer. Haven't gotten started yet, just got the stream going. Nope, somebody was here for a second. We'll get going nonetheless. All right, I'm gonna get this box open. It's got a lot of glue on it. Oh man, my finger's sore. All right. Another one of my triple X boxes. Live opening. Here we go. Looks like a decent box. I don't see anything too silvery on the ends. At least not yet. Well, let's get going and see what we find. All right. Only box we're gonna hunt tonight, so it's gonna be a relatively short stream. Roll number 1. Let's get going. No silver on that roll. Just my camera a little bit. There we go. If you see me flipping them, I'm looking for the rotated reverse errors on. Technically, it can be on all dates, but so I kind of check all of them. But some I check even more specifically than others. That's a rough looking condition. A lot of scopers in this roll. I'm going to scope certain rolls for varieties. Yeah, the majority of that roll was a scoper. That's a good thing. All right, roll number 2. One shiny edge. 2021 Denver. The Nemesis coin, because it always makes you think you got an NIFC when you don't. Nope. Scope that. Let's go damage that mark. That's a fish. Roll number 3. Some more shiny edges, probably 2021, but I hope not. Yep. Yep. Nothing else fancy in there. Roll number 4. Nothing silver in that one. Roll number 5. Some more shiny edges. Probably nothing, but we're going to find out. 94 Philly. 2001 S proof. First find. We're on the board. Not too beat up. A little bit of water on it will shine it up a little bit. Not in terrible shape. All right, scoping time. '72 Philadelphia. Nope. '73 Denver in horrible condition. '71 Philly. '74 Denver. '71 Denver. '72 Denver. '84 Philadelphia. Nope. '71 Denver. '71 Denver. '71 Denver. '71 Denver again. '72 Philadelphia. Another '71 Denver. '71 Philly. With obverse lettering, with reverse lettering states. '71 Denver. Checking for the die class, checking for the lettering. Looking at pre-codes. 73 Denver. 73 Philadelphia. Just going to check for the back. Double dot reverses. 71 Philly. 71 Denver. '72 Philly. 72 Denver. '72 Denver again, or sorry, Philadelphia. 73 Denver. 84 Philadelphia. Normal. 72 Denver in unbearably bad shape. FG is there, but it's worn out. 72 Denver again. Late stage die. All good. 73 Philadelphia. 74 Denver. 71 Denver. Maybe wonder for a second, but it's not. 73 Philly. 71 Philly. 72 Denver. 73 Philly. 72D yet again. 71 Philadelphia. Okay. Nothing in there. All right, roll number 6. Hey, if you want, if you can, take a picture of that, send it to my email, and I'll look at it during the stream. Roll number 6, no silver. The 71s they're tough. I typically don't look for them because normally when I find a double die, there's some double die reverses that are also reverses. So majority of the DDOs you find are going to be DDRs also. So I don't spend a lot of time on the reverses on those. I used to, but I went through like 1,000 coins and didn't find anything, so I kind of gave up on that. Yeah, take a shot of it on your scope and make sure I can see. Give me especially the word states, like give me states of America, that area in there on the coin, like this area. I can probably tell you just by looking at it. I've gotten a little more familiar with the reverse design, dive varieties on that date lately, so I can probably tell you. I might even just throw it up on the screen too, so you can see what I'm looking at. I'll just open up, I'll just take a shot of it. Roll number 7. It's really another proof. It's a 77S proof. That thing's in nice condition too. That's proof number 2 in this box so far. It's a pretty coin, man. 2 proofs. Nothing else so far. I've got my emails pulled up when I do streams anyway, so I can see if anything gets sent to me. And I got it up. I'll see it when it comes to me. Remember, when you're new at it, strike doubling looks like a double die, so it could be strike doubling. The reverse is a really common strike doubling on them. Roll number 8. 2 proofs so far, nothing else. 2001 S and a 1977 S. Nothing. Testing my focus here. Good enough. A3 Philly. All right. Looks like somebody else is here. Roll number 9. Only 9 rolls in. So far we found 2 proofs. 2001S. And that last roll had a 77S in it. I think it was the last roll. All right. No varieties yet. No silver yet. Until now. Want to come pull it? Got a 40 right there. 4th coin in. You see it? See what we got. Go all the way for. I'll look in here a second. It is a 67 Philly. Of course, they're all Phillies, but 67. I'll scope it when I get done with these next 2 rolls. Like I have found silver in almost every box lately, so you'll probably find something in your box too. At the very least, some 40s. Okay. Once I get the email, I'll look at it. I'll probably get it while I'm doing scoping on the next batch here. One more roll. Number 10. 1 silver, 2 proofs. 1 40%er, that is. No silver in that roll. The silver's been pretty good in his last few boxes. I mean, compared to what I was getting before. I went through a huge drought earlier this year. And it wasn't that long ago. When I scope, I'll show you that the 82 I found last night, the NIFC variety. Kind of give you an idea what to look at for that coin too. That's a good variety to find. There it is. Got your email, look at the coins. Okay. What you have, let me point the scope to it. I'm going to show what I'm seeing here. If I can get my, I'm trying to get the focus here. Come on. Well, you can see it. I'm going to point to it. What you have is machine doubling, also known as strike doubling. What happens when the die is struck, the planchet will move a little bit or shift in the chamber, or the die might even shake a little bit, and that will actually cause some shelving effect on the die. This is not actually extra thickness in the lettering, it's just removing some of the lettering and pushing it down to like a shelf-like feature. It looks cool, but it's not real double die. When I first saw this too, I thought it was a double die also. And I had like a bunch of nickels I found I thought were double dies, but what this is just called strike doubling. You'll even see it on the stars. True double dies will have extra thickness to the lettering and splits rather than just extra, split off areas that look like shelves, or it's thinner there. The double dies will have the same thickness typically, for the most part. If you go to the next picture, I'll show you the same thing. It's just extra shelf, just shelf, like basically like a shelf, like a metal shelf there. It's like it's called machine doubling or strike doubling. I recommend you go to doubledie.com and they can show you exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, can I get my computer to work now? Let's see if I can get this scope to work. All right. But yeah, that's really common on the back of coins, especially. It's on the fronts too, on $half, but mostly on the back, because the way the dies were set up, the hammer die, which is typically the obverse, tends to shake that planchet into the chamber, and it'll do that on the bottom of the coin. It's really common on the bottom half, or the bottom die, the reverse die, really, especially on silver coins. Silvers, they're notorious for that. But you're getting the right idea though. I mean, you're looking for anomalies. If I find a DDR, I'll show. I'm probably going to find one in the set. I typically find one almost every box. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Get scope up. All right. Pull back a little bit so you can see a little more of the image here. This light gets an issue. That's an issue. Let me know. 73 Philly. If we get a DDR, I'll show you on this. Focus it a little bit better. Nope. 72 Philly. Most of the coins that I scope are double-die to reverses too. So here's a 71 Philly. We're going to check states there. That's normal looking. So it's a little bit better. Get a full shot of the screen. That way you can see what I'm looking at. 72 Philly. Letters is right thickness. FG initials are there. States looks normal. 72 Philly yet again. Nothing special. I don't have to look at the FG initials on that date. 71 Philly. I'm going to have it looking at all 72s sometimes. 84 Philly. Looking for the T. That's normal. There's 71 Philly. Letters look normal. States looks normal. Here, I'll show you that. Here, I'll show you that. I did find a double die last night, and it was customer rolls. It's a really good one too. It's one to look for on the 71Ds. And I'll show you exactly what. I mean, it's really, to me, it's obvious, but if you're not used to it, you won't notice. You may not notice it. Like here's the one I found. One of those customer rolls. That's not. Look at the letter I. You see that? You'll see a really deep notch right here, really deep, and two serifs, one after the other, one or the other, like a little shelf here, right here as well. And there's a big notch here on the end, and I think there's actually a notch in the one there too. The one is also too thick. The word God is way too thick compared to the usual die design. If you go over here to this side, it's not as obviously split as some of the other ones are, but there's actually some thickness down here at the bottom, some slight shelving down here, or splits, I should say. And the U's also got splits in it, pretty obviously on it. This is DDO number 8, I think. The T is also really thick. It's wider than it's supposed to be. And the serifs on the outsides are too wide. That's way too wide. They're supposed to be sharp and pointy, especially on this side. And the E will have a huge notch in it. That's why I check the E's on coins. If you can see that, let me turn it around. You can see it. Get the lighting just right. Maybe you can see that here. Let me shift it up a little bit. Big notch in the E. There. That's number 8, I think. It's one of my favorite ones to find because that I is so cool. You can see how deep that groove is in it. And yeah, that one's got notching, it looks like, in it. The 9s, the date's also a little bit thicker than it's supposed to be. That's the one I found in the customers. I also found this coin. Now check this out. Look at the 1. Notice what's missing. The bottom's missing. It's like it lost its feet, basically. That's how you know you have the no FG variety. That 1 tells you what the back looks like. It's kind of weird. The 9's also kind of weird looking, but in my opinion. Like here's the one I just scoped. Of course, it's a different year, so it's going to be a different font, but that's a typical one. I just scope an 84. Yeah, here's a typical 9 on of course, there's also a different die design, but it's different. But if you have an 82 Philadelphia, it has a one like that, you're probably almost guaranteed to have the NIFC variety, because there's supposed to be little feet down here at the bottom of the eye on both sides. So when I saw this, I knew what I had. Turn it over. Look at there. No FG initials whatsoever. It's completely blank. This area. That's the NIFC FS 901, I believe it is. Back to scoping. That's a major variety you should be looking for on your coins, because I think that's the 4th one I found out of all the coins I've been hunting. It's a different kind of variety. It's not a I don't find them very often either. One Denver die class check. Motto, mint mark, ERT, E-R-T, well, mainly E-T-Y. 74 Denver. This one will be easy if you find one, so you can see it. 72 Denver. Worn die, FG's there. No doubling in stakes. 71 Denver. Everything looks pretty normal. 71 Philly. It's got some damage to it. States is normal. So another 71 Philadelphia. We did really good on this year last night. Actually, usually it's a tough year. And 72 Philadelphia again. Not the variety. All right. 71 Philly. Nothing unusual there. Another 71 Philly. It's all the same, all normal. All normal. Double check just in case I miss something. Nope. 72 Philly. Those are all normal. States is normal. 71 Denver. And by the way, if you are looking for the 71D double die reverses, man, go for it. Your key areas are going to be the word America, from my experience. But I never found one. I went through a lot of coins, didn't find anything. Maybe I just wasn't good enough at looking at the time. I don't know. And if you want to find them, go for it. 73 Denver. You find a double dot reverse, you probably have a double dot obverse most of the time. The FS 101 is also a DDR. Speaking of double dot or FS 101, it's a 71D there. 71D here. '74 Denver. Normal. 73 Denver. Horrible shape. 73 Denver. '71 Philly. '71 Philadelphia again. Like I said last night, that was a great year. Tonight may not be so easy. 72 Philly, or sorry, Denver. States looks normal. FG's there. 72 Philadelphia. 73 Denver, last coin to scope, except that silver we found. That's a late stage die on a 73 Denver there. That is worn. All right, one more coin to scope, then we'll go on to the next 5 rolls. we got here? 67. It's a good year for double dyes. This might have something on it. We'll see. We shall see. Don't think so. Thought I saw splitting in the letter and the date, but I don't think I did. That is normal. Check the back real quick. The stars look rather normal. No flattened tips. What you look for is flattened tip, especially on the side points, especially. And little notches at the bottom of the lettering. It's a key giveaway too. Nope. That's it. Roll number 11. Variety Vista is the best to follow for $50 varieties, especially the 71s. Now, Buxer's got some good dyed varieties too. But Variety Vista has the most $50 varieties on it. It's got all the double dyed reverses. That's the majority of what I use is Variety Vista, because they'll have the DDRs on there too. It's got way more $50 varieties than Variety Vista does. Sometimes Variety Vista is not as good as Wexler's either. The double dye, it just depends what you're looking for. $50 Variety Vista has the most by far, but there are also some to look for on Wexler's website as well. For example, the WDDO #1 on that 71 Philadelphia last night we found. I think I found 2 of them. That's on Wexler. It's not on Variety Vista. But the Variety Vista has the other one. Roll number 12. You find something else you're not sure about, just shoot me a picture. That looks like a proof edge right there. It's awful shiny, but it may not be. Nope, it's not. And if you pull a silver, let me know. Or pull anything cool. You find what you think is a variety, shoot me a picture. We'll look at it live. Roll number 13. Not really, no. I mean, the thing is, you're new at it, so it's really hard to give you recommendations on what to do. I mean, so I'll be searching live, and you kind of got an idea what I look for, kinda. I didn't really have that when I started. I kind of just taught myself. So, I mean, honestly, if you want to, I mean, you know which dates to look for, right? So, I mean, you can look for both, but if I find a double dyed reverse, I'll show you exactly what it looks like. But you have to really train your eyes though to be able to see them, because they're really tough to see. It took me a while to get used to them, but I've gotten a lot more used to them now. I mean, you look, the thing is, if you want to go through your box and be confident you're not tossing something aside you want to keep, then, I mean, you look for whatever you want to look for, but if you want to be confident about it, I suggest looking for everything and just being patient, just looking for it all. Now, keep in mind, those double dye reverses are not worth a lot of money. They'll be worth more than face, most likely, but they're not super famous. But then again, they're also on websites, and people do collect what's on websites. I collect them mainly because they're cool. I don't like throwing away cool varieties that have cool splits in the lettering. But I'll be scoping here in a few couple minutes. I'll be scoping it anyway. So if I find something, I'll show you exactly what it looks like. I've got a few varieties I found last night. We'll probably find some more tonight, most likely. I don't know if I have the 83P die clash. The thing is, if you train your eyes what to look for, you'll get really good at it pretty quickly. But you got to train your eyes. DDOs they're honestly they're a lot easier to find than the DDRs. They just are. Roll number, what is that edge? That's a kind of cool looking edge. 21D, just kind of toned looking. All right, it's roll number 15 here. I mean, the DDOs, like I said, most of those double dyes, all verses are relatively easy to find compared to the DDRs. I look for the DDRs because I've gotten enough experience now to I can see them pretty easily. Not always, though. Sometimes it takes me a minute. But it just took a lot of time for me to get to where I can see what I'm looking at a little more effectively and not have to wonder about it forever. Because there have been times I spent 30 minutes on a coin looking at it, wondering, what the heck is this? Did I find something good or did I not? Scoping time. Bam. 74 Denver. That is all normal. Looks thick, but it's not. 71 Denver. I'm checking for the die clashes. What was it? They polished it off. And Godly Trust looks normal. Everything else looks normal. 84 Philly. I checked the bottom right here, the T. This area right here. That's not wide. And the T itself is not wide either, so it's not it. 72 Philly. Thin lettering. Thin lettering in states also. 74 Denver. Looks like it was marked a long time ago, maybe. I don't know. It's a dirty old coin, not a variety. 71 Denver. That all looks normal. 72 Philly. Like I said, if you find something you're not sure about, just shoot me a picture. '72 Philly. 74 Denver. '71 Philly. Just 71 Denver again. Has been polished out a little bit. It's an older die. 71 Philly. Letters look normal. States looks normal. 74 Denver. Not the DDO. 71 Philly. All normal. There's a little notch there. That end, I think it's damage. 71 Denver. This is typically the best to find varieties on. There's so many of them. They're easy to confuse. 71 Denver in good condition. Wish it was a DDO, but it doesn't seem to be. '71 Philly. States looks normal. 72 Philly. All looks normal. 72 Philly again. Old late stage die. 71 Denver ungodly shape. Not a variety, thank goodness. Another stack to go. 71 Denver. Everything looks normal, normal lettering. 71 Denver again. Nothing. 74 Denver. The word in God looks fairly thin. Therefore, won't be anything. 74 Denver again. A little bit thicker, but not thick enough. 71D. Kind of beat up pretty badly. But no signs of variety on this one. 72 Philadelphia. This one does look good. I could be seeing things though. Like one of the ones I found last night. It doesn't have the splitting in it though, like the major variety does. Nope, that's not it, I don't think. Seems to be just a really nice, really well struck die. No, it's not the variety. No notch in the G either. It's really thick. Stage looks normal. 71 Denver. '72 Philly, thin lettering, late stage die. '72 Denver. '72 Philly. '74 D, not a duck variety. '72 Denver. Not a double die on the back either. '71 D. '73 D. '72 Philly. '73 Philly. '73 Philly. '71 Denver. Used to have some polish mark or some backlashes on it. They polished them off. Last two coins, '72 Denver. Sorry, last three coins. '72 Philly. '77 Denver. Okay. Back we go. Like I said, if you find something you're not sure about, you think it looks good, just shoot me a picture of it with a certain spot, and I'll look at it. Roll number 16. Two shinies, probably 2021 Denvers. Yep. And yep. Because in the video description, I've got links to both those websites in there if you need them, just in case you needed to find them quickly. Because I've looked at all the websites regarding the varieties for these coins, and spent a lot of time studying them. That's a pretty toner. That's beautiful. It's got blue edges on it. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's a pretty coin. Probably can't see it in the video though. But the edges are like almost purple, almost purple looking. It's a beautiful coin. Roll number 17. Normal. Philadelphia 71s and 72s in this box again. Makes me wonder. Roll number 18. See if we can find nothing. And as you scope and study the coins, study the different die designs, the different lettering, so you know what's not normal and what is. Like I said, it takes time. You're not going to have this mastered today, tomorrow, or probably even in a year, maybe not even a year from now. If you find these like this, marked like that, just toss them to the side. They've been scoped already. Roll number 19. Nothing again. So far we got 1 silver on the board, 2 proofs. No varieties yet. Need to find some varieties now. But odds are, Ethan, to be honest with you, odds are there's almost guaranteed to be a few varieties in that box. There's another marked one. Almost guaranteed. I hardly ever have a box with no double dies in it. It's very rare I find a box with nothing in it. No silver. I'll find boxes with no silver, but I won't usually find boxes with no double dies. Time to scope. It's scoping time. There's 84 Philadelphia. T looks normal. 71 Denver. No clashing. Everything else looks fairly normal. 71 Philadelphia. It's all over me. 71 Philadelphia again. Normal. Another 71 Philadelphia. '71 Philly. 74 Denver. 72 Philly. 84 Philly. Normal. 72 Philly. 72 Philadelphia. That one's iffy. I don't think it is, though. It's not split enough. '71 Philly. Got awful shape. 74 Denver. This is one of the more common varieties. The most extreme, but also one of the more common ones. 73 Philadelphia. Also not too hard to find these normally. 74 Denver. Puffy dye, not a variety. 72 Philly. 71 Denver. 71 Denver again. 72 Philadelphia. 72 Denver. Pretty good detail on the back though. Not a variety though. 72 Denver again. Nothing so far. 77 Denver. 72 Philly. That stack's done. Same one, Philadelphia. Same one, Denver. '73 Denver. 71 Denver. Have not had good luck with varieties tonight so far. 74 Denver, nothing special. 71 Denver, no clashing. No doubling that I can see. Just a bunch of dirt. 71 Philly. 72 Philadelphia or Denver. Sorry. NIFCs there. Piece of tape on the back. Let's pull it off right now. It's on my stack. It is off. 74 Denver. 72 Denver. See more stripe doubling on this one. Pretty obvious. That's not real double dye, that's fake double dye. 71 Philly. 71 Philadelphia yet again. '72 Philly. 72 P again. Another 72 P. '71. Here's that one with the blue. See the blue edges on this thing? This thing's pretty. I wish it was in uncirculated condition. I'd keep it. Beautifully toned. Look at those edges. Those are so pretty. It's a pretty coin, but it's kind of a little bit too many scratches on it for me to keep. 72 Denver. 74 Denver. Very late stage dye on this one. 72 Philly. 73 Philadelphia. 72 Denver, also another worn out dye. Two more to go. 72 Philly. 71 Philadelphia. Nothing yet. The search for varieties has not been going well tonight. If you're so open, you haven't sent me anything, then maybe it's not going well for you either. We'll see. Roll number 21. Not a bust of a box yet, but not the best box either. Nothing in that roll. Roll number 22. That's normal, man. Hey, that's how you should be doing. Study the coin. You don't start out fast, believe me. That's how it goes. It's all clad. Yeah, correct. Now, well, on the 71Ds, I look for two things. I look for there's the notching in that bottom, the center bar on the bottom. I look for the notch there, and I also look for some splitting. If you go to Variety Vista, look at double die number 12. I also look for that. There's some split in the middle of the center bar as well. So go to Variety Vista real quick and look at the E's on look at the E on double die number 12, and also look at the E on double die number like 15, 13, even 14. You'll see splits in 7 also. I think the FS101 doesn't have as obvious of a split, but you'll see what I look for. It's like that 71D I showed you earlier. That's probably the most extreme of them, or one of the more extreme notches in the E. But look at double number 12. If you want to find that variety, that's what you'll look for the E also. There's like a horizontal split in the letters, in that letter anyway, on that specific die. It's one of the most obvious markers for that variety. Actually, is the most obvious marker for that variety. It's also got some doubling in the hair too, next to that split. But that won't be so obvious because these corns get worn. They're over 50 years old now, so they typically have wear on them. It's hard to see that sort of stuff. Roll number 14. 24, not 14. Yep, that's what I say. Look at the hair. You can look at the hair if you want to. I just look at the E's. The E's are more obvious to me. And if I haven't seen the splitting in the letters we trust, at that point I usually do anyway. But if I don't, the E is the biggest marker for that specific coin. I've only found one, I believe, of that die. They're not common, or maybe they are more common than I think. They're just hard to find, so I never see it because the E gets worn. See, you see that on a coin? Just toss it to the side. Don't scalp it. Don't waste your time. That's a rerun coin, I call them. You're going to find a lot of them. Yes, number 1 is very tough. I think I've only got 1 or 2 of those at most. But if you're not in a hurry, like if you don't have to get your money back super fast, take your time on them. Just learn the coin. Learn the dies. Like I'm still learning too. I've been doing this for a couple of years. Learn the dies. And the differences between them, especially the varieties. Because those 71Ds are tough to tell if you're not used to them. No NFC so far. Okay, scoping time. $71D. Beat up like crazy. Man, this is rough. Not a variety. 72 Philly. So nothing. 73 Philly. Nope. 71P. 71 Denver. Some polished marks. Even all the nose there. 72 Denver. Nothing. 73D. 71 Philly. 72 Philly. 72 Denver. Thick lettering, but I think it's just from the late stage dye. Yeah. Puffy letters. So they're puffy, but they're thick, but they're kind of puffy. It's a late stage dye. It'll fool you sometimes. 72 Philly. 71 Philadelphia. 73 Denver. 71 Denver again. Come on, baby. 71D, pretty good detail. No variety though. 74 Denver. Nothing. 72 Denver. 74 Denver. 71 Denver. There's almost a pre-cut there. Does it? It kind of makes it to the end of the rim. I don't know if I'll keep that one or not. It's not quite defined enough. It kind of makes it, but it's not quite there. I like to see a defined break in the die all the way to the rim. 72 Philly. Strike building on the back. 74 Denver. No variety. 71D. No clashing. No doubling. 71 Denver. A little bit of clashing from the tail feathers right there in front of the face. Right there in front of the forehead. I think they kind of missed the polishing. 73 Philadelphia. Nothing. 71D in horrendous shape. Big scratch to the face. Not a variety. 71 Philadelphia. Nothing. That's half of the scopers done. '72 Denver. '73 Philadelphia. 71 Philadelphia. 73. Not seeing anything I can tell for sure. Yeah, no. 74D. Another one with a big scratch down the middle of it. Not the variety, thank goodness. 71D. A lot of polish marks on the die. No doubling. 71D again. 72 Denver. 73 Philadelphia. Nothing. 73 Denver. 71 Denver. That was a Philadelphia, my bad. This is a Denver. 72 Philadelphia. 71 Denver. Some polish marks. Ring of death on it. 71 Denver. Just damage. $71D again. 73 Denver. 84 Philly coming up. You don't find many 84s in your boxes, especially Philadelphia's. They're not around here anyway. 71 Philly. All looks normal. 71 Denver. Normal yet again. 73 Philly. Double check this one just in case. No. 72 Philly. 74 Denver. 71 Philly. Almost done scoping. 72 Philly. 71 Denver. A little bit of clashing, but not enough. That's the last coin of that stack. A lot of scopers in that run. All right. Rule number 26, halfway through. Nothing in that one. Dump these out. Number 27. Normal to me. Roll number 28. Shiny one at the end. 2021 Denver. All right. Good, you're getting better. The question is, how confident are you with your searching? You can toss a coin in a bucket. Are you confident it's not a variety? That's the real question. What's your confidence level? Of course, you're doing it with like a live trainer, so I guess it helps. So, and not many people get that. So you've got an advantage. Like I spend a little bit more time on it on the stream than I do in real life. I can get a box done typically in an hour and a half if I scope everything, versus like, 2 to 3 hours. And I don't talk either. I just listen to YouTube and fly through it as fast as I can. Because typically I've got there are some weekends I've got tons of boxes to go through. And I've got a time limit to get them done too. And to get my money back so I can buy something else, like quarters or dollar bills. I'm going to be doing a monster bill search next week. Speaking of dollar bills, I went and got 1,500 ones today from a couple banks. So I've got to start. I'm going to try to do 5 figures. Cool. Well, that's good. The tough ones are like the 1, the 2, the 1, 2, 10, 11, and 12 are the toughest ones to look for. 3 is also a little tough, but it's not as bad. The I is a good giveaway on that one. But it's still not easy. There's roll number 30. Still no varieties. I'm going to start crying. If I don't find a variety, I'm going to cry. I'm going to cry on a live stream. I'm going to cry if I can't find a double die in this box. I was blaming you for finding them all first, huh? I was by myself too, right? Scoped one too many coins, and there's nothing left to find. There we go. Okay. Nice, good stack to do. Okay, cool. So you got it. Did you go through your entire box yet? You sorted everything out? Just a little bit better. There we go. 71D, die class, no. Terrible. 72 Denver. 71 Philly. Like I said, your scope is different than mine, and it looks different on the screen. I'm thoroughly trained in this one. I can put a coin on my scope without even looking at the scope. I'll know where it is on it because I've gotten so used to the placements, it's all in my head now. I can just do it and be done. It'd be fast. I go a little bit slower on my streams than I have to. I try to teach as I go. 72 Philly. 72 Denver. There we go. Here's a major variety. Finally, it's not in the best shape. It's got a big scratch in it. Well, not too bad, too deep. Okay, looky here, dude. Look at the letter I on this coin. See the double split right there? How it's wider on the left-hand side? There used to be splits in here as well. And if it was in a better condition, you'd see a triple split down here at the bottom. Also some notching in the top of the N also. When you go over here, the letters are going to be really thick. See how thick that is compared to normal? You'll find a 71 Denver level to scope. Have I not scoped one? Here's one. Compare that lettering right there with that lettering. That's crappy condition, but you see there's still an obvious difference. When I go to the top, the left-hand side of the T will be flat. Watch. Pointed, flattened. This is the FS 102 in the Cherry Picker's Guide. You can see that split in the eye right there. It's plain as day. This is the FS 1. This is why you look at the letter I on all your coins. Right there. Double split, triple split at the bottom. DDO number 6, also known as FS 102. Finally found a variety. And the back is not a DDR, just so you see. Not on this one. So 1 silver, 1 DDO so far. I'm not going to cry now. Send me to Denver. There's also another similar variety to that one called the DDO number 17. I love that variety, but I've only found, I believe, 3 ever. They're tough to find. Those minor varieties are actually really scarce relative to some of the major ones, from my personal experience, which in my opinion makes them even cooler sometimes. They're tough to find. The 71D here. See, there's also a 71D with regular, that's normal lettering right there. 71D with a heavily polished face. They must have clashed the heck out of that die. 71D again, pretty polished as well. 72 Philly, all looks normal. Looks normal. 73 Philly, normal. 71 Philadelphia. Pretty beat up condition. 72 Denver. '72 Denver. '72 Philly. We're getting close to the bottom of the stack here. '73. Nope, just damaged. Worn. Not the DDR. 71 Philly. 72 Philly. 72 Philly. 71 Denver. Old clash marks, they've been polished off. You want to find them without the polishing. That's what you want to find. Especially if they're on circulated condition. 72 Denver. That again real quick. Nope. 72 Philly. And the last coin is a 73 Philadelphia. Not one of the double nut reverses. Just double check that S real quick. Nope. All right. Okay. Now, what would you now? Like I said, I can't really see the chat when I'm scoping, so let's see what I got here. Okay. Just got an email. Nothing urgent though. Roll number 31. Okay, that's not too bad. So if you have a choice in this box to find one or the other, what would you rather find? Would you rather find a cool double die or a 90% silver coin? What would you rather find? Like a 64 Kennedy or a double die? Okay, that's good. Now what would you rather find? Yeah, that one's in rough shape. 83 Philly. Would you rather find a 40 versus a DDO? Yeah, finding silver's fun. It is. Just finding the edges. It's exciting. But that's the cool thing about scoping. Even if you don't find anything on the edges, you can still find something on the face. So DDO's in the middle. That's a good place to be. I'd rather find a silver, honestly, because I don't find as much of it as I do. I have literally hundreds of varieties. For number 32. But honestly, double dies they're harder to sell. You can't just go to a coin shop and sell a variety. That's the problem with varieties, because they're not a precious metal. Now, if you find a silver variety, maybe you could probably flip that a little faster. Varieties are pretty much mostly going to be, I mean, you might sell some at coin shows, especially if they're slabbed, but most of it's going to be online selling. But you'll make more money off of varieties most 90% of the time. And you'll find more of them in your box. Roll number 33. Like I said, what you should find is you should find a 90% DDO. How about like that one we found last week? That would be sweet. Number 33, Shiny Edge, 2021 Denver. Like that FS108 we found last Thursday. That'd be awesome. Yeah, that's my best find in a $50 box. Now that 82 no FG is pretty good too, though. Value-wise, they're close. Because that one's about a $15 to $20 coin, and so is the silver is probably about a $20 coin. Probably worth a little bit more, but I think silver's cooler though. I haven't found, that was the first 90% double die that I found. I did find a Walking Liberty one time with an RPM on the back. I forgot what date it was. It was a 40-something RPM. That was cool too. It wasn't worth a lot of money. It might have added like $5 to the coin value, maybe make a $15 coin. That was pretty sweet. Roll number 34. Nothing. Well, yes and no. Franklin's, it's a give or take with Franklin's. The thing with Franklin's is they're worth about the same as far as melt value, and that's typically what they're worth about $10 to $12. And they do have some cool varieties on them. Welcome, Jordan. It's kind of been a slow box. We found one 40%, 64. So we got one, well, sorry, not 164, 67, my bad. We're talking about 64s. 167, 40%er, 2001 S proof, 77 S proof, and one DDO FS 102 on the 71D. That's at best a $5 coin. It's pretty worn. Maybe not even that much. It's kind of beat up, but it's a major variety. We're a little over. We're almost roll number 35 now, so we still got some time to find something good. And Ethan's hunting a box too right now, slowly. But then again, it can change at any point because it's been It's like the last 2 hunts I've done are like the best stuff in the second half of the box. All right, rule number 35 when we scope. No silver in this one either. But I mean, it's pretty rough on double dyes so far. I usually find at least 3 by now, but just 1. But this is a major variety. It's also in terrible shape, so not the best hunt, but I've also had worse. So we got silver proofs in a variety. Now once we get a 90, we'll have pretty much the entire board filled. We need a variety first, or a 90% variety would be pretty sweet. I'll show you that variety here in a second. I'll show you that one I found last night too. Actually, I'll show you the 2 I found last night in those customer rolls. They were pretty cool. I'll get this back and you see the screen a little better. Here is the FS102 we just found. Check out the eye. See the big notching there? Double split there, triple split at the bottom, and actually double split on the left-hand side also. Lettering's really thick on this side. Really thick. There's actually a notch here in the T, but it's kind of worn. You can't see it. And the T is also wider, and it's got splitting on the left-hand side, and it's sharp on the right. Left-hand side kind of squared. Not quite square, but flatter. And the other side's pointed. That's the markers on that coin. And here's the NOFG I found last night. 82 Philadelphia. The way you know you have it, look at the 1. It's missing its feet. Looks like a stomp rocket. When you have a 1 that's missing the feet on an 82 Philadelphia, you'll flip it over. FG's gone. It's supposed to be right there. In this area, it's not there. Completely missing. That's the FS901 in the Cherry Picker's Guide. It's probably AU, maybe X, maybe let me say XF actually. XF 40, 45, probably a 45. Probably like $15, $20 coin. And here's the other variety I found. This is from the customer rolls last night. Look at the letter I in this coin. That massive split on the upper right and the splitting on the left-hand side on the bottom of the M2. And the thickness of the letters over here. There's not much splitting on this side. You can see it a little bit in the R. It's toward the bottom of the lettering, and it's on the top of the U's as well. Plus the T's wide T, extra width on both sides, and a big notch in the E right here. You can see in the usual spot, big notch right there in the E. And those were the highlights of last night's hunt. So far, nothing amazing in tonight's. But we'll keep going. 71 Philadelphia. 71 Philadelphia. But anyway, Ethan, answer your question. Let me go back to your question. I kind of got sidetracked there. Franklins are honestly, if you're going to go compare 64s with Franklins, personally, I would rather have 64s. The reason is they're worth about the same in value melt-wise and numismatically, they're worth about the same amount of money. Like a BU roll of Franklins will sell for about $12, $13 a coin, maybe 15 tops. Unless there's a certain date that's worth a lot of, a little scarcer, which is not that many of them. But there aren't many varieties on those coins. They're the Bugs Bunny, but those are pretty well known and you're not likely to find them. I mean, you could, but they've been around longer, so they're more well known. But from the Kennedys, you're more likely to find some good double dyes. That's why I buy those more than I buy the Franklins. Like I won't buy a B roll of Franklins. If it's mixed, maybe if I could fill an album with them, I would buy a B roll of Franklins if they're all mixed dates. I would absolutely buy that. Plus, I'd have something to check because there are some double dyes too. But the Kennedys, there's more potential in the Kennedys. A lot more potential for finding varieties, especially. But if you find a good Bugs Bunny, it adds some value to the coin. But those 64D Kennedys, man, it's hard to beat those, man. Those are sweet varieties, and they can be worth a lot of money in uncirculated condition. 71 Philadelphia, 71D, nothing. And if I was to choose a Walker Liberty over, I mean, I might go for a Walker before at 64 because they're so old and they're just gorgeous coins. They just are. And there are some varieties on those also, but their value is not a whole lot different. I mean, they're like $10, $12 coins and lower grades, and they're almost always in lower grades. That's why I buy those B rolls of Kennedys. More bang for your buck. More potential. I mean, you find a double die on a Kennedy, adds $5 to the coin. You buy a roll. That's a lot of money. You just made right there potentially. 71 Philly. That's just my personal preference. So I just like finding varieties. I like having something to scope. When I first started doing this, I'd have way more fun scoping than I would just looking through the rolls. That's a weird looking die. But that thing's really late stage. That thing's beat up. What happened to this coin? It's all warped and crap. Just a really late stage die. Heavily polished or something. 74 Denver. Did not have good luck with this box yet. 72 Denver. But one day I do plan on doing some, like so I'm going to go to the coin show next week and I might buy some Kennedys while I'm there. It's very possible. I'll be looking for some wheat pennies too, some wheat cents to add to my stash, but I might buy some Kennedys while I'm there to just so I can scope here on the channel too. Because they're fun to scope. They take me a little while. I'm not as good at doing silver Kennedys as I am clad Kennedys. But I'm getting better. The more I do it, the better I get. 72 Philly. This box has been almost a dud on varieties, man. $73 Philly. 71 Philly. Rough hunt so far. All right, roll number 36 coming up. Yeah, I mean, so I think all three of us are going to go. Like the two of you in the chat also. I mean, both. I think all three of us are going to go to that show. I said I love getting junk silver. Like B rolls of Kennedys are they're probably my favorite thing to go through. Franklin's, the problem with when you buy Franklin's, you tend to get the same date. Like if you buy a 63 Denver, if it's a 63D on top, that's what you're going to get in the whole roll. I want mixed dates. If I can get a good deal on some mixed date Franklin's, I would buy that. But if you're going to get the same like a B roll, the same coin, unless you're going to like planning on, maybe getting them slabbed or something. I mean, it's a real risk. What is this? That's a really, really toned and kind of dirty looking 88S proof right there. It's got some pretty coloring on the back, though. Look at that coloring. Can you see that? It's like rainbow toned. Most of that standing was on the front of it. It might come off, but I won't worry about it. Proof number 3 with a little bit of paper inside. There's some trash in the roll. That could be a good sign, right? Or a bad sign. But yeah, I mean, if I was going to choose between a roll of Kennedys and a roll of Franklin, I would personally go for the Kennedys. Unless I got a good deal on some mixed dates that I could fill an album with, then I would go for the Franklins. And if I was confident they hadn't been searched through like thoroughly, that would be even better. I've never done a good Franklin search. I did buy a bunch, like a roll worth for my girlfriend's birthday this year. That was her gift. And I didn't find anything when I scoped them. I mean, I didn't find anything. They're all 63 Denvers. Roll number 37. But there's a black coin. What could it be? Probably not silver. 74p. Let's go for the NIFC variety. I'm sure it's there, but I'm gonna look anyway. Yep, it's there. Was it a fire or something? Like if I buy any silver, it's probably most likely going to be some Kennedys. If I get a good BU roll for a good price, that's what I usually buy at least one a month. The next week's going to be, I mean, yeah, this week upcoming show, I might buy some there. Depending on how good of a deal I get. Silver's kind of down, relatively down compared to what it was back during the banking issues we had recently. So luckily it's gone down a little bit. It's a lot more affordable now. You found anything in your rolls yet? Anything at all? If you get a question about it, send me a picture. Oh, Darren, 6 o'clock's good. I think 6 is good for us. It gives us more time that way. Roll number 38. No silver. Well, we can do 6. The L. DDO6 is the one I just found. You're talking about 71D? DDO6 is the FS102. That's the one I found earlier in the stream here. Okay. 1 second, I'll show you. Let me get these coins on the way. Well, let me get to my next scoping session, and I'll show you. I got 2 more rows to go through, and I'll show you exactly what I found. The L, it might be, but that's not where I look on the coin. Yeah, they do show it. I mean, look, I'll show you where I look at. I don't look at the L at all. Look, I would look at the T. Well, the I is the main marker on that coin. Is the I. No other coin has an I like that except for this number 17, which is a little bit. It's angled a little differently. Number 38. 39, actually makes that 39. No silver in that roll. The I, like I said, the I is the main marker. You got the I. If you got the right I, you got the variety. And the rest of the lettering on the We Trust, the trust part, the trust is really obvious if you're used to finding it. If it's a later stage die, you won't be able to see it so well because it does look more or less like a normal one. If it's a late stage die, it looked like a. I mean, the rest is going to be worn, but the trust part will be normal looking, which is also kind of a giveaway. When it should also be worn looking. Okay, one more row and I'll show you on scope again. The number 6, it's honestly, it's one of the easiest ones to see. But the problem is, a lot of people don't look for that I. They just look at the trust and they miss it because it's not as obvious on the trust, unless you're trained yourself. But I look at the I first on all my 71s, so pretty much all my dates. I look at those letters first. It's a lot easier to see it that way. In case you didn't know, if you ever do find an edge that looks silvery and it's a 71, weigh it. They did make some accidental 71 Denvers in 40% silver. You get one, you got a pretty high dollar coin. Now, if you got send me a picture of the eye of your coin if you want. Send a picture of it to me, and I'll show you what I mean. But I'm also going to show you in a second again. I'll show you the whole coin. I don't look at the L at all. I know it's different, but I don't look at it. Marker. I'll wipe that off. The eye will look like this. Right there. Double splitting at the top. That's the real obvious key. And triple at the bottom. The one's also wider, but you can see that big double split at the top. That's the biggest giveaway on this coin. The L, I mean, I don't even look at that part, to be honest with you. I don't look at that. I'll look at this. The I, when I got the I like that, I'm good. It's gonna be thicker on this part also, the width on the outside. It's gonna be wider. Go over here. The word trust is gonna be really, really thick compared to normal. Like here's a regular 71. This is a Philly, but it's the same die. That's what it normally looks like. That's a little thinner than normal, but that's a typical look. Look how much wider that is. And the T will be flatter on this side versus this side. This side will be pointy still. This side will have flatness to it, and the width of the T will be wider also. There's no splits anywhere else that I'm aware of. There's other spots too, but I look at the I. That's the dead giveaway. You get the I, then you get this. I mean, look at We Trust. It looks like that versus that. You got a good shot. So this T's point sharp on both sides. It's got points on both sides of it. That's the normal. That's the normal look. Sometimes I believe there's some master die doubling on some of them. Have a double split on this side. That's also common. This is a little more extreme though. What you look for? That makes sense. And if you're not sure, okay, yeah, you don't have any splits. If you don't have any splits, then yeah, it's not going to be. I mean, if you're curious, just send me a picture real quick, and I'll look at it. Send me a picture of the In God We Trust and especially the T. Send me a picture of all just those spots: In God We Trust and T on Liberty. I don't even have to see the E. If you're not sure about it. 71 Denver. That's my variety. Never mind. Here's the other 71 Denver. I was actually trying to scope in horrible shape. Because it's possible you got something else because the T will be different on lots of those varieties. 71 Philly. 72 Denver. 71 Denver. That's how normal one looks like. That's the normal die. Normal die on this side. Normal mint mark. Y looks normal. T looks normal. Now you see on this one, there's a little bit of splitting on this side, and just a minor bit on this side. This is a normal one. It's common to have this on this side, but the other coin was wider, a little bit wider, and a little more splitting on the left. This is typical. That's just I believe it's master die doubling. It's nothing unusual. 72 Philly. Horrible condition. No doubling that I can see. 71 Denver. '72 Philadelphia with a lot of metal flow and die scratching and late stage die. This is rough. Bad condition. 71 Denver again. 71 Ds are my favorite years to scope because of all the different things you can find. All the cool double dies you can find, especially. There's your normal T, sharp on both sides. See, sharp there, sharp there. That's the normal one. But there's a variation of it that has some splitting on the left-hand side too. 74D, not the DDO. 71D. Normal. See, that one's a little thicker, but it's just worn. The outside rim of the outside edge of the coin will get worn a lot, and the eye will get wider from the wear. You'll know it's worn because there'll be no splitting anywhere, no extra design elements, and the rest letters will be normal looking. That's typical. Sometimes the eye will fool you. So here's that version with the T with, looks like it has a doubled spot on this side, but then on that side it's just plain and normal sharp and thin letter. 84 Philly, not the DDO. 72 Denver, late stage die. No F, but there's a G, so it doesn't count. 71 Philly. 72 Philadelphia. 73 Denver. 71 D, no clashing. Normal coin. 71 Philadelphia. This gives you a kind of idea what coin we're hunting is really like. It takes a lot of patience, and you don't always find much. I've had good hunts the last couple of weeks, but this is like a typical. Well, this is a rough hunt, to be honest. A relatively bad hunt. Hasn't been a complete waste though. 74 Denver. I usually find about 5 varieties a box. 72 Denver. Not one so far. The Dutchie's almost gone. Almost gone. Not quite though. 71 Denver. A little bit of polishing. 72 Philly. 72 Philly. 71 Philly. 72 Philly. Letters look normal and thin. Means nothing special. 74 Denver. No variety. 72 Philly. Nothing. 71 Philly. 74 Denver. No doubling. 71 Philadelphia. Also no doubling. Another 71 Philly. Normally I find more Denvers than Philadelphias. This box is kind of a mix. It's pretty even. 71 Denver again. So I like finding lots of Denvers because they are great for variety hunting. And sometimes the Denvers are in pretty good shape too. I found some pretty nice varieties in these 71Ds before. And the Philadelphia 72Ps also sometimes. Last coin to check was a really rough 72 Philadelphia. Okay, put these away. All right. Yeah, that's kind of annoying. I always pull it off. People just do, you'll find, like I've been hunting dimes this week. I'll find a lot of dimes that have been Dremel tooled. They've been like ground down with half the design elements missing. I don't know. People just they keep the coins. They think they're cool. They'll throw stickers sometimes as advertisements too. Roll number 41 on the last row. No silver in this one. Been a pretty rough box. Only five finds on the board versus the usual like 20. Relatively rough box. But then again, that can change in one roll. Yeah, people do that a lot. I typically, when I hunt, I'll clean my coins off as I go. It's usually, half dollars aren't usually bad, but the quarters are usually rough. I'll scrape off all kinds of crap. Roll number 42. Here's the bad news, Ethan. We can't stop streaming until you find a double die. Agree? No, I'm not. We'll be stuck here until oblivion. Maybe, maybe not. 71, yep, 21D. We can't go home until we find something. Some rough condition coins. I wish they were better shape though, too. These have been some pretty rough looking coins. Yeah. We may have to wait for it. I'll just leave it running and go to bed. Like there's some remnants of something on that one. Was a sticker on that one at one point. It's got the scoper too. No NIFCs in this box. That's kind of unusual. Well, those are also the least valuable finds too, so it doesn't matter. Well, number 43. If you find something you think looks good, shoot me a picture. I'll probably be up until close to midnight anyway, so you can go. Even if I end the stream, you can still shoot me an email. Even if I don't let you know tonight, I'll let you know tomorrow. Just keep the coins to the side, but I'll probably let you know tonight. Of course, you may not be able to stay up as late as we have been. This stream's actually pretty fast. We're sub 2 hours right now, and I'm almost done. I guess that's what happens when you don't find anything, huh? By the way, look at your 83Ps too, both the front and the back. There's a really cool dot flash you can find on this coin around the outside of Kennedy, and you also a no FG initials variety as well. Not as well known as the 82 or the 72, but they're still out there. But they're not cherry pickers guide varieties, but they're still. I still look for them. From my experience, if you keep scoping, you'll find something in that box eventually. Unless you got like a box like my box, you may not find anything. Roll number 44. 7 more to go, and it's over. 1 silver, 3 proofs, and a variety. No silver in this one. Here's how I look at it. If you don't find anything, just be happy you got to search it all, because not everybody gets $50, man. Some guys, a lot of people will envy you just to have one box like in a year. Not everybody gets them. So if you can, don't waste it and enjoy it, even if you don't find anything, and have fun with it. Like, even if I don't scope, I'm not going through $50, I'm going through something else. So just don't waste your opportunities. Roll number 45, and nothing in that one. If I find one more variety, I won't be too disappointed, but I like to find 2 more. But I've had rolls where I find, or the last few rolls I find a few more, so it's possible. I usually stack all my coins by date and then scope them later, but on stream I won't do that. I did it a couple weeks ago. I had too many boxes to go through. I didn't have time to scope them live and keep it reasonable, so just stacked them and scoped them later, and I found a ton of varieties. If you didn't watch that video, I went through 7 boxes on my first $50 hunts here, and I found 40 double dies and like 39 double dies and RPM. That was good. And that was with 1 box with nothing in it. So really just out of 6 boxes, I found 40 varieties. 23 Philly, 84 Philly. Not the variety. T looks normal. 71 Philadelphia. Come on, varieties, where are you? 71 Philly. Looks a little different, but it's not. 72 Philadelphia. Worn out die. 71 Denver. No clashing. No doubling. 73 Philadelphia, sorry. 72 Philly. Some normal all the way around. 72 Denver, late stage die. Normal, FG initials are there. 72 Philly, looks overall normal. 77 Denver, not the double die. I've not found many of those in this box, just maybe 2 or 3, I think. 72 Philly, nothing. 71 Philly. It's been a pretty rough box, man. 72 Denver. That looks a little better. That looks like a possible double die here. I think I see a split there. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before, but this could be good. Am I wrong? I think I'm wrong. Get my hopes up on this one. Yeah, that's not it. Not it. Just a good strike. 71 Philadelphia, or Denver, sorry. All right. More stack. $72 for Denver again. $72 Philadelphia. $72 P. 71 Philly. See, notice how the points on the S's are sharp. And they're not very, there's no roundness to them. That's what I'm looking for in all the DDRs. And if I see some extra thickness there on the S's, on the serifs, I'm looking for the notches. That's how I know what I've got. Gives me more evidence to reaching a conclusion. 71 Philadelphia. The more spots you have that are suspicious, the more likely you are to be correct and have something. 71 Denver. It's been a rough box, man. 73 Philly. 72 Philly. 73 Denver. 77 Denver. 72 Denver. 71 Denver. A lot of polish marks on this coin. 72 Philadelphia. Pretty disgusting. 73 Philadelphia, sharp S's. 71 Denver. Really thin letters, cannot possibly be anything. 72 Denver again. Good strike. Almost fooled me, but it's just a nice strike. Ring of Death on the back. 71 Philly. Another 71 Philly. Could that be the Wexler variety? Let me spin a minute on this one just to look in. It doesn't look unusual there, though. I think it's just beat up. Let me look at that a little more closely. And I'm going to invade its bubble just for a second. I think it's just a bunch of damaged spots. Yeah. Yep, nothing unusual about this coin. Nothing I can tell anyway. Anyone Philly again? 71 Denver. Nothing unusual. 72 Philadelphia. 71 Philly. 5 more rows to go. Be done a decent time finally this week. All right. Yes, no FG on 72 and 72 Denvers. 72D, there are actually several dates I'll look for, but mainly it's going to be 72 Denver, 82 Philly, and then 83 Philly also. But those two are the most likely to. The most likely one you're going to find is going to be 82P. The one I found last night, that's the most common one that's the only one I found of the two. Row number 46. I've only found the 82s. I think I have 4 of them now. They're not super rare. The 72s are tough. I may have found one once, but I wasn't certain about it. I did see a little bit of shadowing, but it was uncirculated. It was like a BU example, but I just threw it back because it wasn't. I saw a little bit of shadowing, and I think it has to have 0 shadowing. Like none. Otherwise, it doesn't qualify. But looking back, I probably should have kept it just for the heck of it, just in case. Because that was the closest one I've ever found. And it was uncirculated too, so it had a chance. The 82 especially, because you're more likely to find that one. 72s, I've been through literally thousands of those and haven't found one yet. That's the only major variety on PCGS that I have not found on a $50 on a clad $50. I found all the rest, lots of all the rest of them. Row number 47. No silver. Pretty rough box. But that's something you look at without scoping. And on 71P, there are actually two double dyes you'll look for. Technically, there's 3, but I've been told one of them is like a master die doubling, not a true double die. And last night, honestly, I found all 3 of those varieties. I found 2 of the Variety Vista version, the DDO number 1. I think I found 2 of the Wexler varieties as well. WDDO number 1, and I found the machine doubling, which I think it's called WMDO number 1. On the E on which one? E on which coin? It's a 1986 Phil. I'm gonna check that against my album. That thing's nice. Yeah, that might be an album upgrade. It's a tough date to get in good shape. No, honestly, the 71P, that's what you check last. You're going to check mainly We Trust first. Now the Wexler version is really tough to see. It took me a long time to even find one that I noticed anyway. But the one you're going to find the most often is going to be the Variety Vista variety. And that one I do have them in my stack. So give me a second, and I'll show it to you. I found all 3 of them last night. So give me a minute now. Let me get through these last couple rolls. I'll start scoping again, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So I found all 3 of them in that hunt last night. Both the actual double dies, and then the machine or the master die double die. Okay, it's gonna be a big old bucket of hands. All right, 2 more rolls, and we'll start scoping again. And I'll show those varieties. But the E is easily you check. You can just check it for fun. You don't have to actually check that. That's just a marker you can check just to verify you found it. It's not necessary on that date, but it helps, especially if you're not sure. 49. It's not over yet. Still got a chance to find something. Still have a chance. Not that it's a good chance, but it's a chance. Next week, I'm going to do, I'll probably do a couple boxes next week on stream, like this week. But before I get to them, I'm planning on doing a massive bill search. I mean, like hopefully a 5-figure bill search. I got some ones today to add to what I want to get next week. I'm basically getting started now. I try to do one monster bill search a month. Last roll. No silver. Nothing looking special in there. I'm going to do a bill search. Probably going to take me a couple nights. I will not do it live stream because it's just too monotonous and boring. Unless you're just really into bill searching. If you're that into bill searching, just search your own bills, right? So, but I'll be doing that. I don't know what day for sure. Possibly, because I'm going to record it, right, and try to edit it. That'll be my first video I actually edit. And I have no idea what I'm doing yet, so I'll do that next week. I may not post it for a little while until I get it ready. I'm just going to do recaps of all the straps. Make it easy. There's the last roll. Okay, I'm going to show, before I scope these, I'll show you the varieties that I found last night. Let me find them. 71, 71, 71, 73. Okay. There are 3. Where's another one at? Okay. Here is quick tutorial because I found them last night, so I still got them out. Not even tubed up yet. Here's the master die variety. It's just like very similar to the FS102 we found earlier. See the eye? The double split there? It's very similar to the 102. This is a Philadelphia though. You can see how it's extra width. There's a big split right there, there's a big notch in the T right there. It's got some splitting here and kind of flatness here on the left of the T, right there. A little sharper on this side. And the E is not really any different. E looks normal. But the main thing is the eye, just like on the FS102, which is actually this die variety right here. Very similar lettering. This has got a Denver mint mark. This is an actual double die. That one's, I've been told, is a master die variety. See, the T looks the same. Same as this T, really. Identical. Same date, but this is a Philadelphia. I keep them anyway because they're awesome. And it's only a 50-cent investment, right? So, but apparently it's a master die variety. I'm not 100% sure about that, but that's what I've been told. Your live coin Q&A. That's the one that you can find. If you want to keep it, go for it. But you're not guaranteed to make any money on these coins because they're not considered. As far as I know, they're not considered an actual variety. But I keep them because just to get them out of my way, basically. Plus, they might have some value to them. There's the Denver again for comparison. Here is I believe this is the Wexler variety version. Well, yeah. This one is kind of beat up a little bit. This one has a notch in the E, which I hadn't noticed until last night. You can kind of see it right there, though. It's only on double dies you'll find that. right there. It looks like the FS, very similar to the FS 101. It looks different on this one, but I think it's just damaged. A little bit of damage on it. And this one will mainly have little splits up here at the top of the U, which is a little bit damaged, but you can kind of see them, and splits at the bottom of the R. Just like on the it's like the FS 101, but it's on a Philadelphia version. Very similar. The T a little bit thicker, and this one is a little bit thicker. You can see some extra thickness, especially here through here. And it's thicker on this side than it's supposed to be. Also thick on that side. This one might be the same die. Yeah, here's the same die. It's got the splitting at the top of the U, splitting there. That one's beat up there, so it's hard to see the splits there, but this is the I believe it's the Wexler variety version. A little bit of thickness on the right hand side. More splits on the left here. There's not a notch in this one because it's kind of beat up there where the T is right there. It's got damage. So, but I would guess there's a little bit of a split there. Actually there is. You can kind of see it right there. Just not as obvious as on this one because it's got damage on there in that area. Very minor, but it's there. Similar die. I think the same die actually. That one I'm pretty sure is the WDDO number 1. Now there's the Variety Vista one. Notice that the eye is different. This is a different obverse design. This is reverse design number 1. This is the design from the 60s coins. But look at the difference in the lettering on this side. Really cool looking, huh? So you get used to looking at this. Eventually you'll see it, you'll notice right away. Split right here in the S, real thick S. Splits here, split there. A really wide right-hand side of the T, plus some extra height to it. It's taller than it's supposed to be. And a big notch right here on the right-hand side as well. The U's thick. It's got splits up here at the upper left. The R's really, really, really thick. And it's got notches here and sometimes here as well. Sometimes you can find on this side too if it's good enough shape. I think there's a notch in the T there too. And this is where you can check look at the T. The T's really wide. It's even wider than the last one, and it's got real low profile at the top and big wide serifs on the left and right on this die. And the E on this one has that notch. Rather than have the notch here, it's got a notch here at the top and a little one at the top here in this area. It's a cool coin. And that's considered a minor variety, but I think it's pretty sweet myself. That looks so cool. I mean, compare that with a regular 71 Philly. Here's a regular one. That versus that. You see the difference. Like it's wide at the bottom of the R. It's width at the bottom of the R. It's kind of like rounded too. Look at the U. Compare that U with this U. Flat tops. Angled tops, and really, really wide on the left-hand side versus this one. A little wider on the left-hand side, but not nearly as wide as this one. Wider U, taller. It's also taller. It's got splits. The S is really wide with notches in it. That's a normal S and normal T. DDO number 1, S and T. That's how you tell. Compare that T up here, Liberty, with this T in Liberty. That's the normal T. Normal. DDO number 1. That's the difference. Thus endeth the tutorial. Off we go. Sitting on Philly. Fin lettering. Just like the last we scoped. Send me to, I believe it's a Denver, no, Philadelphia. Send me 3 Philly. Last chances for varieties. Send me 2 Philadelphia. 84 Philly. That T looks normal at the bottom. That's normal, not a variety. 72 Philadelphia in horrendous condition. 72 Denver. Normal. 73 Philadelphia. Nothing. Another 73 Philly, nothing on that. S's were sharp. Another 73 Philly, sharp bottom of the S's, nothing there. 71 Denver. Everything looks pretty much normal on this coin. 71 Denver. If it was easy to find this stuff, it would not be worth any money, right? They're not easy to find sometimes. Last stack, last chances. 72 Philly, nothing. 73 Denver. Nothing. 71 Philly, normal letters. See how it's kind of angled up here, but it's not thick, and the S is not thick, and the T is not thick, and it's fairly symmetrical. That's a variety. This, on the other hand, I think is. Yeah, let's say a little bit of a split right there on the S, the bottom. I'm not 100% sure about this one yet, but I'm 90% sure it's the variety. Yeah, I'll know when I get toward the States. And yeah, it's going to be the DDR. This makes the, oh yeah, it's a double die. What I'm going to do, I'm going to show you the E in America. This is the other variety on the 71 Philadelphia's. Now we've found all four in the last two boxes. Okay, look at the E. See those notches? 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 notches there. If I can hold it steady enough, I'll show you with my pointer. Right there, right there, right there. Also one right there on the R. And there may should be more, but that's the key area to check on a coin. This is DDR number 1 in Variety Vista. And I'm happy because I found 2 varieties in this box now. You'll also see notching on the F. Right. And the same spot on the F is on the E, right there. Small notch there, but you can see that one right there. There's a little notch right there. Also one up here, but it's always worn up there because it's just an old coin. You'll see thickness. See how that thickness on the S there is, it's not as sharp as it should be. It's kind of flattened right in that area right there. That's supposed to be sharp there. It's not. That's why I could tell the difference. This one's just as bad, if not worse. It's really round and wide there. Also a little split right there going through it. There's a split on this one too, but it's worn. It goes in right there and goes up into the curve. You can kind of see it maybe a little bit, but it goes right through here. Double die reverse number 1. E's even got a notch in it right there on the States. You can see it right there. There's also plus one there too, but it's kind of worn. Double die reverse number 1 on the 71 Philadelphia. That makes the entire set found in these hunts. See, the front looks normal. Back's not. It's a DDR. 2 varieties found. 74 Denver. Not the variety. 74 Denver. Not the variety. 71D. Nothing special about that one here. 72 Denver. Letters all look normal. No extra thickness. FG's there. States looks normal. The S's look normal. 71 Philly. Nothing special there. 74 Denver. Nope. 72 Philly. I'm happy we found one more variety in there, though. I'd rather find 2 than 1, that's for sure. 77 Denver. Not the DDO. On this one, the variety will also have some missing kind of really small feet on the 1. It's a tough date to find a variety on, too. 71 Denver. Or sorry, Philadelphia, my bad. No, don't think that's the variety. Nope. 71 Philly. Last few coins to go through here. See how the S's look normal on this coin. Just look for that one. Look at that S right there. That's where you look at on this. That's where I look at. It's easier for me to see it. If they're thin and sharp, it's nothing. If I got something extra there, I'll check the other spots. I'll go there and check for the notches here on the E and the R. And if they're there, I know I've got something good. 72 Philadelphia, and it took me a long time to figure that out. By the way, a long time to figure that out. Wasn't good at checking the markers. 71 Philadelphia. 71 Denver. Some polished marks on it. Late stage die. 71 Denver again. No clashing. A little beat up. No variety. 72 Denver. Nice, good strike. A little beat up. Nothing. 71 Philly. Last little small stack here. That's not a variety. 74 Denver. No DDO. 74 Denver. I have a feeling these are some of the discards. 74 Denver. There's not enough good stuff in here to really think these are fresh in any way. 71 Philadelphia. But I did find a couple. 72 Philly. Last coin, 72 Philly, not the variety. And thus endeth the hunt. All right. Pretty rough box, but what can you do? That's how they often are. Reality check for those who do this sort of thing. It happens. But this is really not that bad. I mean, hell, found silver. Yeah, you can look at the same stuff. Yeah, mostly, but still look for. There's not really a die clash to find on the Philadelphias. I don't think there are any precos to look for, but yeah, for the most part, look for the same stuff. I mean, you can start out that way. Plus, you'll get your eyes trained to look at the lettering, so it helps. Yeah, there might be a die guys there. You can look for any marker you want. Whatever makes it easier for you, just look for that. I just do it my own way because I'm used to looking at them. I've gotten pretty good at finding the 71 Philadelphias, which I didn't look for those for quite a while. Then I just added them to my list, and then later on I added more stuff to my list. But you just have to get used to it. Hunt as much as you can. Make it as easy on yourself as you can. Don't push yourself too much. Don't get stressed out because you're not sure. You always ask somebody. Send me a picture and just ask me. If I don't know, I'm gonna ask somebody else who knows more about it than I do. I mean, there's a lot of resources out there. Okay. Pretty cleaned up now. Like I said, just look whatever makes it easier for yourself. But as you go, you're gonna change your methods as you go. As you learn more, you'll change your methods. I've had to do a lot of change on my mind. I'd look now, especially on the double dot reverses. Those are a fairly recent addition to my hunts. I didn't even look for those for quite a long time. Then I decided, you know what? I've been looking for the obverses, and I've got them pretty good now. I'm going to look for the reverses now. And it took me a while. It wasn't easy, but I got used to finding them. It took me a long time to get used to it. As far as this hunt goes, 1 silver, 2 varieties. DDO number 6, also known as FS102 on the 71D. And a 71 Philadelphia, DDR number 1, double dot reverse number 1. Not too bad of shape. XF probably. And 3 proofs of 2001S, 77S, and a kind of a toned and stained 88S proof. Pretty coloring on the back though. I think it's beautiful on the back. Wish the front didn't look like this though. What can you do? Still 3 proofs, 1 silver, 2 varieties. That's not a horrible box. I've had boxes with nothing in them before, so I'll take it. And I'm confident about the varieties, so I might even have to worry about scoping those again. 1 silver, we'll take it. So 6 finds, kind of a light box, but heck, that's how it goes. I'll start getting this stuff put up tomorrow. Not happening tonight, that's for sure. Too tired. It's about 10:30 here now. So, you got any questions or anything? If you got any questions, lay them on me while I'm still here. Tomorrow I won't do I'll be hunting dimes all weekend this weekend, so I have to get, oh my goodness, this finished up. A bag of dimes. A lot of dimes. I got part of it done already. So sounds good, man. Good luck. Hope you find something. Hope you do better than my hunt. I mean, that wasn't bad, but that wasn't too bad though, really. I mean, relatively it's a bad box for lately, but 2 varieties, a silver and 3 proofs. I mean, you're going to have boxes with you don't find anything in them sometimes, so that's not too bad. It's disappointing sometimes, but I mean, what can you do? I had fun hunting them. To me, it's all about the fun. You don't find anything, at least all that means is I have a friend of mine who tells me, the longer you go without finding something, that's the closer you are to finding something good. And I agree with that. You got to be patient. Just stick with it. Be patient. Continue to learn. Don't be afraid to try something different if you're having trouble, having struggles. Change your methods if you have to. If you have to get a different scope or a better scope, or buy a book or make a spreadsheet for yourself, which is what I did. I have spreadsheets for my stuff. Let me see if I can show you what I'm talking about. I'll give you an example of this is what I first made. I don't use this anymore. Yeah, the detail on your scope is great. Yeah, I could see everything just fine on that scope. That was good pictures. But I made this. Well, this is like when I first started hunting. I looked for this stuff. Like I made a spreadsheet with the year of the mint mark from 64 up. And I would put the error variety attribution numbers here. If there was multiple, I would put like an X there, like 10X. And what to look for, like doubling in certain parts of the letters. I did this. This was really helpful for me initially. And all this stuff I didn't even look for a long time. Now I pretty much cover almost the entire list except for this. I haven't found the 74 DDR. I don't look for that because it's so hard to see it. I don't look for the no F and the 77D because I think it's not worth looking for in my opinion. And the 77D silver planchet, if I found that, I'd know by the edge. So I don't look for this stuff like with a list. There's a 71D silver planchet. When I made this list, I was using PCGS website, the Strike It Rich with Pocket Chain book, and that's pretty much the only resources I had at the time. I made this back in 2020, maybe early 2021, but it's helpful. I mean, a lot of stuff on here I look for it now, but I don't need this guide anymore. But this is what I started with. I made myself a spreadsheet for all denominations. Used it diligently. I mean, hell, if you want to take a screenshot right there, you can kind of see it. Let me do this for you. Take a screenshot of that if you have to. This is what I used to look for. Now I have it all memorized, so I don't even need it. I don't look for everything on there either. 90% of it I look for, though. Actually more than that. Just about everything on there I look for. Kind of give you an idea of what my guide was anyway. I don't use it anymore though, but don't need it unless you want to get to where you don't need it. That's what you want. Be self-sufficient. Don't need help, at least with the easy stuff anyway. You don't need help with anymore. And then I said it gives you an idea what to look for. That's what I do. Like some people buy coin mats. Like I am not. I look for more than what's on a coin mat. I don't need a mat. I just use a spreadsheet because now I can choose what I want to find. And send me the picture. Send me the picture. You might have. That's a scarce dye variety to find, but you may have one. Just send me the picture of We Trust. That's all I got to see. We Trust and the T. And I'll stay on here until you send it to me. And I'll tell you live. I'll even put the camera to the scope or to your pictures, and we'll go over it and if it is or isn't, and why not. Like I said, spreadsheets they're the best way to find to learn how to coin hunt, because what you have to do, what I had to do is go through, like I have a really good penny guide that I use. I have it memorized almost always anyway, but I went through coppercoins.com. I went through Variety Vista and wexlersdoubledie.com and went through everything, every year, every mint mark, and looked at every single thing and what I thought I could find myself and remember to look for. I made a list, a huge list. It's like my memorial cent list is 2 pages, I believe. I think it's 2 pages. Yeah, it's like 2 pages long, or a page and a half at least, from like 59 through 2023. Of course, at the time it's probably 2022 when I made that. I think I made it last year. Well, I added a bunch of stuff to it last year, made it bigger, but you also have to add stuff for the new pennies. Like, have you heard of the extra V penny on the 2023s? Or I believe there's a 2021, I think, a laser eye strike through on the Lincoln cent. There's the DDR on the 2022 Denver. That's an awesome coin. I have found, I think, 3 of those already. There's so much you can find. There's so much. And it's so much fun to find them. Like I said, finding silver early on is fun, but honestly, finding double dyes was more fun for me because it was like an extra layer of effort I had to put into it. It was completely different. Oh, cool. Some labels. Found some extra labels here. But double dyes to me are more fun to find because you have to put more effort into looking for them. You got to try a little harder. Shut my door. And so if I just do 1 box a night, I can be done early enough to goof off for a few minutes without being too late in the night. I want to wait on your pictures. We'll try to an email real quick. And that's done. That was fast, huh? But like I said, a lot of people, they just watch videos and look and see what other people want, find, and then they just learn how to hunt for that when they're going through it, or they'll buy like a coin mat or something. And man, the coin mats just don't cut it for me, man. That's just not enough. I don't need a reminder to find a freaking 1909 SV2B. I don't need a reminder for that. I don't need a reminder to find the 55 double die. I don't need a reminder to look for the 92P or D close AMs. I don't need a reminder for that stuff. I don't need a guide for that stuff. You know what I'm talking about? What I want to look for is the stuff that is not quite as well known, but still awesome. And if you go to Variety Vista, you'll see what I'm talking about. And you won't, like I said, you won't find those varieties on PCGS or anything, but they're still cool. Have you sent your pictures yet? But here pretty soon, next week I'll be doing a bunch of these bundles and bundles of bills. Okay, I'm waiting on them now. Next week's going to be probably half currency, half halves. And if I can finish the dimes, I'll finish the dimes. I might do a video for the dime bag. I've got a few finds up here already. These are all die chips on the reverse. One of the backs, a really nice die chip on the reverse. Probably see it with a naked eye, honestly. Let's see if you can see it. This is a pretty good money coin right here when you find them this good. There's a huge chip right there. It's a monster chip. There's more than one. I'll show my scope. Whether show you. Here's an example of what I look for on a dime. Check out the chips. We got a little bit of a chip there. Chipping down here at the bottom of the torch. Look at that chip right there. That is huge. That adds value to a coin to an error collector. That's a big one. That's a big dog die chip. I found bigger than that, believe it or not. Maybe twice that big or 3 times that big before. But that's kind of stuff I look for in dimes. I've got a double die that's got die chips on it too. Check out that big ass die chip there, one there, one there. And it's also got some extra, a little bit of splitting here on the leaf right here, the olive leaf. That's a double die with die chips. So that's a cool find. But these are all double die Phillies, double die Denvers, 70 P&D proof reverses, and some 09P, 09D, and one 64 silver Kennedy. Not Kennedy. Roosevelt. I've hunted too many Kennedys lately, haven't we? Let's see what we got here. Waiting for the pictures. We'll get them when we get them. But that's why I really don't enjoy hunting dimes as much as I hunt everything else. But I enjoy it, but they got silver in them. Like, I haven't had a bag of dimes yet without silver in it. Looks like the pictures are here. Let's see what we got. Okay. I already tell you, you're going to like it, and there's nothing. But let's watch. Okay, so let's get up here, point to it. Let's see what I can see on my live stream. Whoopsie. It's hard for me to change. I think you can see it right there pretty well. Let me. Okay, I think you can see that. Using the same browser. Maybe I can open a different browser. No, I'm pretty sure people see that though. Go down the stream. Okay, cool. Yeah, we trust is normal on this coin. We trust all the correct thickness, no extra width at the top or extra height. The T's normal, no extra height up there. Both serifs are fairly thin. That's all normal. Next picture. T's normal. Not too wide. It's higher up here than the other one. Well, maybe not higher, but there's no extra width here. It's both sharp on both sides. Okay. And of course, that's the other two. Yeah, it's not a variety. That's the 71 Philly. It's a tough date. I've gone through boxes and boxes and not found one. That's a tough one. Of all the double dies, the 71 Phillies are one of the rarer, more difficult to find because you just don't find that many Philadelphia 71 Phillies here in this area. I mean, the last couple boxes I found a lot, but not normally as much as the Denvers. Usually I find like 4 big stacks of Denvers and then like one partial stack of Phillies, or at most one stack. They're usually about a 3-to-1 ratio to 4-to-1 ratio versus Denver versus Phillies. So you don't find them as often. Like the 77 Denvers, you just don't find them because you don't find many 77 Denvers. Yeah, like I said, that last one the box I just went through was loaded with those 71 Philadelphias. It was loaded with them. Sometimes I get boxes that are full of Philadelphias. Sometimes I get boxes that are full of Denvers. Yeah. Yeah, the one I just went through was loaded. Last night's box was just as heavy. That's why I found those varieties. We found 3 different double dies in them last night when I've only found one in the box before. So that was unusually good. Plus that DDR. So we found 2 Wixer double DVO number 1s. We found 1 Variety Vista DDO number 1, and then DDR number 1 too on tonight. Good. It's good. I love finding them. But they're tough to tell. Now, if you want, watch this. If you want, like if I were you, I'd concentrate on looking for the DDO number 1 rather than WDDO number 1, because on the 71 Phillies. Here, I'll just throw it on the screen and you can take a screenshot of it, okay? Or if you got Wexels though, you got the website too, so I guess you don't really have to do that. The website has good enough pictures for you. You can use the website. That's probably better. I mean, I've got I can show you live, but it's kind of the same thing on the web, but just as good on the website, if not better. But you kind of see what I look for. If you want a screenshot of it, I can make you a screenshot. Let me see which one it was again here. Don't think it was that one. Nope. No, nope. And I think it was this one actually. Yep. Okay. Up close here. Just look at that. Mark that right there. I'm going to move it down. Center it for you. Good. And there's your screenshot. Take your screenshot. That's the variety. I'll give you a few seconds. Got it? Cool. Any more questions? Pretty nice to have only one box, to be honest with you. That was exhausting the last couple of weeks. So I'm trying to scope as I go, so it takes me longer. So I can only do like maybe at most 2 a night, but 2 is exhausting. But if you got anything else, just go. I mean, good luck with your hunt. Just be patient with it. Don't rush it. Just look at it and compare your pictures to the website. You're almost guaranteed to find something. You have a good chance. Like I've only found 2 in this box, and that was rough. So odds are I usually find 4 to 5 in a box. That's including all the DDRs and DDOs and everything that I look for. It's time consuming, but once you get used to it, you get fast. That's the goal. Look through a lot of half dollars. The more you go through them, the more you learn what you're looking for. You learn what to look for. You learn how to find it, and you learn how to tell the difference between bull crap and the real deal. That's the biggest kicker right there. You learn how to tell the difference between a late stage die versus an actual double die, because they're different. They're totally different, but they look the same on a scope. That's where you have to be experienced to learn the difference. And when you get really good, you can find double dies on late stage dies, because those are tough sometimes. I guarantee you there have been some YouTubers out there who have tossed major varieties because they were late stage double dies, because they didn't pay attention. They don't know the width ratio on the lettering, and they just toss it. I'm sure it's possible I've done the same thing, but I've been pretty diligent since I've been starting doing this. But I mean, if you learn that, I found like FS 101s in late stage die, and I know people tossed it, or FS 102s late stage die, they get tossed, guaranteed. And they're not worth a lot of money, but I mean, heck, they're still good. They're still good coins, and they're still varieties, and that's what I care about. It's all about saving them. It's kind of like when you're looking for an artifact in the river bottom in a gravel bed. You find an arrowhead in the gravel bed, you pick it up. It's been beat up already, but you're basically saving it from further destruction. That's kind of what coin hunting is. Saving it from further wear and tear. Put it in a collection. So The last 2 hunts were pretty, I mean, okay. Last night was way better, but we did find some silver. We were on the board. 1 silver tonight, 3 proofs, and 2 varieties. Not too bad. Well, good luck with your rolls. I said, don't rush it. Just, I mean, honestly, if I were you, take the weekend and just go. If you have time, go through them through the weekend, because you got all weekend to go through them. There's no rush. And let me know if you send me an email if you find something you think's promising. Send me an email and I'll check it. I'm gonna be pretty busy this weekend. I got a lot to do, but I check my email quite a bit though. So just let me know if you find something cool. Shoot me an email. I'll let you know what you got. If I don't know for sure, I'll do a little research for you, but I'll probably know offhand. I've gotten pretty used to it now, so which is why I do this. Plus, I get better at it as I go too. Well, thanks for joining me, and I'm gonna shut this down and get ready for bed because I have to work in the morning for a few hours. Got a busy weekend. If you get bored, you can come skydiving with me if you want to. Go jump out of a plane. It's gonna be a fun one. All right. We're gonna get this shut down. And be prepared for a massive bill search next week. I'm going for a 5-figure bill search. I will do it edited, not live like last time, because that nearly killed me and killed everybody who watched it. I'll just basically do a strap-by-strap recap, and then just keep going. I'll have to edit the video, so I don't know how long it's going to take me. I'm not sure if it'll be good. I'm going to try to get my good microphone working. I have a good professional microphone up here. I just haven't been using it because it hasn't been working. But when I get this thing to work, I'll have really good sound. I got great sound system here. I just haven't been able to use it because when I start a stream, the last time I did that with that mic, it showed me no bars down here. Like on my stream, it shows, you see the audio bars here? It showed me like 0 bars and I was getting no audio at all. So I had to shut the stream down and start over. It sucked. That's why I'm kind of afraid to use it, because I know my webcam audio works, but it's not nearly as high quality as I want. I want to get my videos to be better, higher quality, and more watchable without people going like, God, this guy sucks, because the quality is so crappy. I mean, this webcam is great for hunting half dollars. I've got another one too that I haven't used yet. I've got this one. This one's I think a higher quality cam. It's the Osdom. It's one that Rob Fine Treasure has on his channel, his website. I think it's the one he uses. It's a great cam, but I don't have a tripod for it. It'll be probably a handheld cam. I'll probably use this for my bill search next week. So I'm going to see how it goes. I haven't used it yet. It's USB. This one's not. This has actually got a different. It's got a different plug-in on it. I don't know what it's called, but it's not a USB. But this one is. So this one might actually be a little bit better. May have better focus. But I'll probably use it for my bill search next week. I'll probably start that probably Tuesday or Wednesday night, depending on what I get. I may wait until I get enough, at least $10,000 worth. That'll be fun. Because Jerry wants to watch it live, but I can't do that again. Well, I can, but people won't watch it. If I do a recap, that'll be a lot more user friendly. Plus, you'll get to see what I found anyway, like strap by strap. I'll probably look at the star notes up as I go, so I can just pile them up in different stacks, like by print run, which makes it a lot easier for me later. I can just throw them in a stack. But it'll be a good hunt regardless, because I've already got 3 bundles of 500, so that's a good start. I need another $8,500 worth, which will be doable. Yes, it was a rough watch because it's so boring. It's so boring. But I mean, you asked for it. I gave you what you wanted. And it's honestly easier for me to do it that way. It's so much easier just to go bill right in front of a camera than to have to edit. But then again, it's less video time too. It's a lot shorter. It'll be a lot shorter of a video. I can probably get it down. If I do 10 grand worth, I can probably get that down to hopefully 45 minutes or less. Because my recap video was only 13.5 minutes roughly. but that was just a recap of everything I found, not at the store. I might be able to get it to maybe 30 minutes or less, maybe 20. I'm hoping to keep it short, because that 3 to 4 hours of bill searching is torture for anybody, even if you like bill searching. I mean, bill searching is the most monotonous thing there is, and sometimes torturous, but it pays off most of the time. But man, it's tough. Of course, Jaron, you know how it is. There are rough bundles. You get crap, you get nothing sometimes. But I mean, you get what you get. But if I do recaps, I'll probably just do like strap by strap recaps, and then post it that way. Once I get it edited with some good, segues in the middle. I don't know what I'm going to use yet, but I'll try something. It'll be an experiment. But as I get going, as I go with this, I guess you call it a personal project, I'll get better at it as I go. These are my crappy videos right now because I'm just starting. Streams are fun though. Half dollar hunting live that's never too bad. The scoping is kind of rough for those who only care about silver, but that's why the purpose of my channel is to not worry about just silver and get a little bit more out of your hunts and not waste the good stuff. I mean, if you can make 20 bucks on varieties out of a box, man, go for it. You're just throwing away good stuff. If you don't look, the varieties are the best, man, and the mint errors are even better. Silver is low tier on a half dollar hunt. That's a low tier find, man. Those mint errors are badass online. They're worth a lot of money, and those varieties are worth even more, especially if they're uncirculated or even AU. They're great hunts. I mean, they're great finds. They're getting a good hunt. They make a good hunt out of them. But you got to find them. You got to know what you're looking for. That's the thing. It requires more training to find that stuff. But anyway, I'll stop ranting. Thank y'all for joining me. Jaron, I'll see you Sunday. I guess you got me. We'll go there. 6 is good for me. We'll plan on 6. That way we have time to eat. And Ethan, if you're free Sunday, let me know, and we're going to do a little get together. Ethan, if you want to go, we're going to go shoot some pool this weekend. If you like that sort of thing, I'm going to go Sunday. Let me know if you're going to go, and I'll tell you what time and place. You can come meet Jaron and myself, because we're all going to be there. Won't be about coins, but it'll be about having fun, playing a little pool, eating some good food. But until that point, we're going to do, as a reminder to anybody else who might watch this show, the 2 or 3 people else who might watch this, between now and next weekend, there's a coin show at Mountain Home. I will be there on Saturday for at least a couple hours. It's going to be fun. I might do a video there. I'm thinking about doing an experimental video with bills, with some currency, and just kind of test some vendors and see how much they actually know about the hobby. Because I have a feeling I'm going to get some duds out of this one. I'm thinking about bringing my GoPro, which reminds me, I have to get my GoPro ready for tomorrow for skydiving. So, coin show next week, and then at the end of this month, there's one in Joplin, Missouri, on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I think the Saturday the 30th. I think it is. Going to go to that one too. Hopefully with everybody in the chat. We should all be going to that one. That'll be a fun one. I haven't been to the Joplin show, but I've been to the Carthage show, and that was great. And that one will be in December. And I'm definitely going to go back to that one, not just for the coins, but for the food. The sushi was amazing. Man, it was good. All right. Y'all have a good night. I'm going to get this put away, and I'll see you guys next week, hopefully with a bill hunt video. If I don't have it ready by that point, we'll do some more half dollars. I'll get some more next week. So, and after the next week, I'm going to try to order up on half dollars and get a bunch. I'm going to shoot for about 5 to 6 boxes in a week, as long as I can afford the time. So I can do a stream every night that way. I'll just do a box a night. If I get more than that, I'll just do as many as I can. Y'all have a good one. See you next time.